Hello, one and all. Welcome back. Thanks for being patient this past week. I was very busy with things. But we're back with another TOME RPG animation stream. I have currently gotten 105 of these many 500, sorry, Jesus, $50, excuse me, NPC characters completed. I have several hundreds more to go, but we're making pretty good progress, so I'm going to carry on with that. Joined by Jordan Lasco.
Hello.
Background artist extraordinaire. He's doing some work at the same time.
Yep. Gotta get the stuff done.
Yeah. So, working on this in the meantime. But hope you all had a lovely Halloween.
I know I did.
Yes. And as did I. And in case you've forgotten, in fact, actually, let me link it real quick on in the chat. Excuse me. In case you guys didn't already know, we are doing a giveaway where 4 lucky winners will win a $90 tier speaking line NPC. You don't actually have to pay the money, but that'll be the prize. And if you just enter via Twitter, you'll be entered into the drawing, and we'll be revealing the winners this upcoming weekend on Sunday, November 11th, during the 7-year anniversary day of the Tome web series. So
that's really cool.
Yeah. So if you've not been entered in, if you missed out on the Kickstarter rewards, then here's a chance to get in on the game if you so desire. So
hell yeah.
Yeah. So I forget, were you in before the new video came out, Jordan?
Wait, was I what?
Were you in a chat here after the video came out at some point, or was that, I forget?
I honestly don't know. Sorry.
Well, either way, Jordan and Crescent worked on the new Mystery Skulls music video.
Oh, that's the video you're talking about. I thought you meant one of yours. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I think I was on after, because we
Okay.
were just taking a couple days to just kind of celebrate. So I'm all celebrated. So back to work.
Yeah.
I should probably have the actual window so I can see chat. Cool. Yeah, no, it's just been kind of like not really much exciting week other than just work.
Yeah.
It's really what my life is right now.
I got it was Amy's birthday, and I got her Red Dead.
Aw.
I got her Red Dead Redemption.
How's that been?
She's starting to play it through. She's liking it so far.
Yeah, I played the first one. I really loved it. I just, like I said, my backlog of games right now is just like insane. So I'm literally the only new game I'm going to be buying in the next couple of weeks is Spyro. That's
Yeah.
basically it. Because otherwise I've been sitting on Persona 5. I haven't even touched Breath of the Wild. I have Odyssey. Got to finish the Hollow Knight DLC. Yeah, it's just,
You're getting farther away from your mic.
oh, hello?
You're good now.
Okay, sorry about that.
It's okay.
Yeah, no, I just, again, it's just everything's work right now, so it's just like, no game.
Yep.
Nope. Do not have time.
I did play Deltarune.
Yeah, I did too. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
I did like that.
Oh my goodness, what a holiday gift.
Yeah.
Fucking, wow.
It was very cool.
I wish Toby Fox the best if he's willing to continue that, because, like, it's really cool.
Yeah, sounds like he is. Yeah, it's
I
pretty
think
cool.
the only trepidation I think he had was just, like, in terms of making a bigger team, which I don't think he's done before, so...
Well, I think I think from what I got from that Twitlonger thing is that he wants to build a team to complete the whole thing in the first place.
Right, because he's been spending what 3 years on that,
Yeah.
like that. It's just like, yeah, if you want to build like whatever his vision for that is, he needs a bigger team.
Yeah.
Because it's like I would love to see that finish. Because like, holy crap, that was actually better than I would have wanted from a sequel.
Yeah. I'm sure a trillion people want to work on that, but I would presume what he needs in terms of team members is probably more likely to be programmers.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. It's like there's an abundance of art for sure, but in terms of like being able to program something that complicated, especially with the new battle system and like all the feedback he got from that, it's just like that's gonna be one hell.
And also, it's still in Game Maker.
Oh my God, you're right.
Yeah. So.
Wow. No, that's I want to play it. I want it, and he can take as much time as he needs to make it.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I like Susie.
Susie's the best.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And it feels like, I mean, I'm not gonna get too into spoilers of like played things, but just man, I really feel bad for Chris in the game.
Yeah.
So,
See, I was very confused because when I was this is literally the beginning of the game, so it's not a spoiler, so whatever. If you haven't played Deltarune by this point, go do that. But sorry, here's a mild spoiler for literally a thing that happens at the very beginning of the game. When you're inputting all the info for your character, and then it like, you know, goes, haha, just kidding, your choices don't matter, right? Mm-hmm. So I named myself Chris.
Yeah.
CHRIS. And then after it said, haha, your choices don't matter, and it called me Chris KRIS. I thought the game was like mocking me. Like I thought it was somehow like cleverly programmed to fucking give like any sort of like alternate, like when you go to Starbucks or something and like it's Chris and then they write your name with like the absolute wrongest fucking possible spelling. I thought that it was somehow programmed to like do that or something.
That's fucking hilarious.
But little did I know, his name just is Chris.
Well, the thing that really threw me is the very first save point you get in that game, and like my friend actually hadn't noticed this until I pointed it out, but the fact that it saves over Chris's name with the name that you put in the beginning, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what does that mean? And then you get to the end of the game, and you're just like, oh.
So.
Yeah, what a fucking ending! Holy shit! Like the implications of all of that is crazy.
Yeah.
I don't even. That's chapter 1. It's fucking chapter 1.
Yeah.
My God.
No, it's fun. The gameplay is an excellent evolution of Undertale. Very creative, very fun, very challenging. And
it's only gonna get better. Like especially once they like tweak some of the mechanics a little bit. The only thing I found, I think they already addressed this too, was with the defend mechanic. Yeah. It's like you find yourself kind of just getting into too much of a similar pattern with that, and it's like, okay, yeah, we'll fix that. But other than that, the sprite animations were great. The characters are so fucking cute. I love Ralsei. Oh my God. Yeah. Precious boy.
You now have, what does it say when you get him? You now have the power of fluff on your side.
Oh, yeah, the power of fluffy boys resides within you or something. Like, oh my
I feel
God.
like that kind of writing is like you know what your own fan base is like.
Pretty much, yeah. It's just like this is par for the course, and it's just as adorable. Yeah. Like, yes, please. I do have the power of fluffy boys. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, that was good. Like I said, I just man, I just wish I could work on something like that. But at the same time, it's like I've got my own stuff as well.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I would love to too. Even with doing this, but it's more of just like, oh, I don't even know what I would be able to do.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's not.
And I'm sure.
you know, a friend of mine who was a writer was even like asking like, hey, like, do you have any way of getting in touch with them? And I'm just like, I mean, I could try, but like, he's probably going to write the game himself.
Right.
He probably is going to do most of the graphics and already has people like Temmie and Gigi Digi and all that, you know, for that. You know, the music he's got covered, so there's that, and I'm not expecting it to have any voiceover. I know that there's a character that has voice clips, but that's about it. And
due to the nature of the actual type of thing.
and so even then, it's just like.
Nope.
I feel like, what can I really do, you know?
Yeah, and I think, like, in terms of, like, if he was getting additional help, he'd probably just look in a circle of friends to find somebody, because, like, doing I'm doing a call for this would just draw, like, so much, like, unwanted attention, too.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I presume by team... I don't know. I mean, I could be totally full of shit, but
yeah, I could be wrong, too.
I would presume that what he probably needs more than anything is help with programming. But
yeah, we'll see. It's just like, man, I just want to play more of that. It's like I playing that made me realize how much I missed Undertale.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, son, like, fucking, like, you know, these aren't exactly the same characters, but they are. And it's like, what a great idea to basically do an AU. Like, super cool. I like that way better than doing a sequel.
Well, and it's also kind of, I guess now we're getting into spoiler territory, but, you know, it's kind of disguised as a sequel.
Yeah, a little bit.
And then it turns out it's not, so...
Yeah, and you're just like, what? What is this? No, I fucking love this. Like, yes, more of that, please.
Yeah.
I want it in my veins. Let me see what's wonder that's on content. Let me see if chat's got any question for us. How many characters did you say you had to go on, like, all of this?
I don't know how many in total because it'll depend on... There's a few people that didn't give me information in their contracts, which I've all contacted, and hopefully I'll hear back from them. But I have currently, I have 115, I think, of these characters to do in total, and I have currently done 107 of them. So, so already making decent progress.
Let me see. Somebody's asking about Gleam. What is that?
So Gleam is the like entry thing that we're using for entering into the giveaway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's very simple. You don't need to have an account or anything. You can literally just enter via your Twitter. It's like a very, very simple, easy thing to do. And then the 4 winners will be contacted, and
cool.
we'll reach out to them on Sunday the 11th. So
sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah. And if you don't have a Twitter account, make one.
Get one.
A moving buddy. You don't have one? Get one.
Get one. I had a really good Halloween, though. Did I tell you I went to before Halloween, I actually went to an animal sanctuary in our area, and they have like a Halloween night where they have kids and family come to like pay $5 to go trick-or-treating around the sanctuary. And all the funds for that go basically back into the sanctuary to like pay for taking care of the animals and all of that.
Oh, that's
which
cool.
was really, it was really fun. I got to dress up in my witch costume and then just got to pass out candy to kids so they got to see all the animals.
Nice.
It was really sweet.
Amy and I went to Laguna Beach.
Ooh.
Yeah, which I'd never been to before, and had a good time there. Just reminded me a lot of my hometown, actually.
That's really sweet.
Yeah, it was funny. It was kind of like it was a weird sort of like mishmash of like both of my both of the two places in Long Island that I grew up in. One of which was Northport Village, and the other one was Crab Meadow, which was right by the beach. And then Northport Village was kind of like a kind of like almost like a not a port town because it was more of like a lake, but it was, or not a lake, you know what I mean. It was by the edge of the water, but it was small. But it was that was where I grew up for a very, very long time. It's also people who are hardcore fans of my stuff and have seen my balancing act film. Northport Village is where the park is that the big battle takes place in my thesis film, if you remember that.
That's cool.
But yeah, but Laguna Beach was kind of like that combined with the beach area of Crab Meadow, which was nice. So felt very at home. We had lots of good food, did a little shopping.
Nice.
Laid by the beach and stuff. And, yeah, it was very relaxing.
Man, I'm just like, I only like to visit beaches for like a day and then I'm good because it's like I'm such a desert flower child.
Yeah.
So I just, man, I appreciate people that can relax at beaches, but man, I get anxious when I try to relax like that.
Yeah, I don't actually usually. I think because of the fact that I grew up next to one, I don't actually like the beach that much. But but I can deal with it like once in a while, and this had been long enough where I'm like, I can have fun with this, and it was cool. So.
Yeah, because I'm just like, again, I'm a workaholic, so like any form of like me not doing what I think I should be doing, it's just like, oops, okay, time to get back to work. Let's go. I don't know how to relax. That's okay. These projects are getting done. Talk about that. Yeah. Okay. Oh, excuse me.
No.
Oh, okay. Let's see how it is.
I'll be right back. Actually, I'll finish this one first.
Okay.
Need to use the bathroom.
Yeah, I'll probably answer some. I'll talk to chat for a little bit. Oh, if this file could just stop, please. Yeah, Flash has been really crash happy recently. I don't know what the hell it is. I think I have to take some files off my computer soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. It's the only thing that's changed. It's like when you have 50 bajillion Flash files for your animated project as well. It's like, oh, time to take all that shit off now that it's out.
Yeah.
It's like I'll probably gain back at least a good couple gigabytes.
Yeah, I need to clear off some stuff from mine. Actually, I've got a lot of Curblog files that are all FLAs.
God, the video. Right? No, you also got like video file also just.
Oh no! I don't keep those.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't need them. No, I just keep the FLAs, but I could probably stand to get rid of a lot of those.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, there we go.
Okay.
That is 4 done so far. Okay.
I guess someone's asking, what would happen if someone wins the contest but doesn't claim the reward?
Well, I would hope that they would, but if they don't, then then that one's another bust. But we'll have other future contests down the line. So, all right.
That would be a huge shame.
Yeah.
Like put all that effort then to just not.
Yeah. All right, I'll be right back.
Okay. Hello, chat. How y'all doing today? Sorry if I'm a little quiet on and off. I'm kind of tired, but just try to do my best to keep working. I saw somebody mention Bendy, though. I actually recently finished that game with my friends. I was very entertained. Like, once I understood what the hell happened, I was just like, oh, man. That was fun. I know I talk about it every time I come into stream, but who here is excited for Spyro? Also, yeah, I won't spoil anything else about Bendy, of course, because it's still relatively new. I just can't stop thinking about Spyro. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I know they're ramping up their, what is it, their marketing, but I kind of wish they would stop because it's like, I don't want to see anymore. I'm really excited. I'm going to buy this game, but please don't show anymore. Yeah, if you haven't played Spyro, please do, because oh my goodness, it is so good and such a fun time, and you will have a great time. It is a treat. Oh, who's my favorite redesigned dragon so far that I've at least seen? It's gonna be a cop-out answer, but it's probably Nestor because he's so iconic. It's like I really, really love what they've done with him, and I just made sure not to see any more dragons past that, with the exception of like 1 or 2 spoilers. But oh man, Nestor's the man. His design is so good. It's crazy though, how much effort they put in just for like dragons you're only gonna see probably one time or maybe even twice. I think there's like some ending cutscene stuff that I'm not remembering, but it's like, oh man, I want that game. Give it to me. Give it to me right now. Yeah, I'm really interested to see what the new voices are as well. Like, a lot of the characters, because like I know they brought back some voice actors and actresses, but oh man, it's gonna be so good. Oh yeah, Chinese fire dragons. Oh man, people are gonna. I think people already brought this up. They're gonna have a field day with the Hansel and Gretel twins. The hello Spyro. Jesus. Yeah, it's gonna be a good game though. I can't wait. I can't wait to play video games again. It's gonna be so great. I'm really excited for these background assets I'm working on though. Like they are taking a little bit, but like man, I hope you guys like them. Putting in a lot of work for this. It'll be really cool. It's really hard to do a game project, but I think this one's going to be really, really great once it's done. See, no, I think I played at least 1 or 2 of the GBAs, but I was really a PS1 kind of gal, so. Honestly, also though, anything that gets shown is completely up to Chris. So like, I mean, I just make background assets, kind of speak out stuff done. But that's whatever stuff gets shown off because that just either that goes in the Kickstarter updates or whenever he wants to post about it.
All right, I'm back.
Hello.
If you get that current thing that you're working on done, by the way, you can still send it to me, even if it's.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I fixed something because something got merged and I'm like really pissy about it right now. I just gotta fix it. It's fucking Flash. Oh, pardon my French. Yeah, luckily this building wasn't too hard. Like once I got it going, the rest of them, I'm just glad I got the other ones out of the way.
right.
Yeah, no, super. I was more of a, I was Nintendo kid at first, and then I kind of gravitated towards PlayStation. Then I went back to Nintendo when I got older, and then PlayStation, Nintendo, etc. And I had Xbox for a bit. Were you a Nintendo kid?
I was.
When did you ever get a PlayStation or no?
Yeah, I got one. I got a PS1 after I had a PS2.
Really?
Yeah, and I got a. I finally caved and got a PS2 because I wanted the DBZ games and Kingdom Hearts. So.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was pretty straightforward on the PlayStation. My first games were Spyro, then it was Crash Bandicoot. Then I got like this weird Powerpuff Girls game that I don't entirely remember. It was like some kind of beat 'em up.
Oh, is it like a 3D like arena one?
I think so. Yeah, I forgot what it was called.
I had that for N64.
Yeah, I think somebody just gave that to me. I don't remember. But then I kind of got out of that for a bit, and then started getting into actual like we got our first PC, which was just like oh. And then I got my very first PC game, which was Deus Ex, which is still my favorite game to this day, as I've told you 50 bajillion times. Now, that's a game I could rant about, but I won't. In a good way. God, I miss video games. I do not remember my first PS2 games, though. I mean, I had Shadow of the Colossus. I had. No, it wasn't Jack and Daxter. It was what's the other one? Ratchet and Clank. What else? God of War also was another one. Still have not played the new God of War. Sounds like that's a good game. Yeah, like I said, I'm only looking forward to Spyro right now. Everything else is just kind of on the back burner. It's like I don't care. Until I get the game.
Yeah, we'll probably get Spyro. Amy wants Spyro, and then I want Pokemon Let's Go next.
Yeah, I'm kind of 50-50 on getting that one. It's just like I do want it, but at the same time I've got so much other stuff to play. It's like I think it'll be really cute and fun though for people that want that game.
Yeah.
It looks like it's a fun little time, and then like next year we'll get like our mainline Pokemon game. I'm really, really excited to. I just want to see what it looks like. like it's gonna be our first Switch Pokemon game. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
So you've been watching anything fun recently?
We're still going through Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yay, that's right. I remember we were talking about that last time.
Yeah, we're getting close to the end with it.
Where are you at?
We're at like the big final war where they're at Central and the Fuhrer just showed back up and etc.
Oh my god, I love when they bring him back in because it's just like, oh shit. It's like, oh, throwing him off the edge didn't kill him. Oops. Talk about a great character. Oh my god. Well, everyone that show's a great character, so it's not really a. Oh man, Cyberpunk as well. Like I'm excited for Cyberpunk, but I've also put that game out of my mind. But Ori, the sequel to Ori, oh, I'm gonna get that immediately. The game's so good. Did you ever play the first Ori?
No, I've just seen playthroughs of it.
Yeah, it's so good. Like that game is so like you want to talk about like art style, just Jesus Christ.
Hmm.
Like that team is insane.
Yeah, it looks very pretty.
Yeah, like just so pretty, and it plays really well too. It's just great game. I'm glad it's getting a sequel because like I wanted more after that ending.
Hmm.
Beautiful soundtrack. Yeah, no, it's too many good games. I just can't. I can't. I don't have time. Yeah, I was telling people I'm really excited to see these assets eventually implemented. It's gonna be really cool. I think we've got a ways to go, but still.
Yeah. I currently have, I think, 14 out of 25 levels in the game built.
Sweet.
So, yeah.
Hoping to help that pick up pretty soon. Like I said, also, if at any point you want to go to music at any time, I understand because you just had a voice session.
No, I'm fine. Don't worry about it.
Just let me know if it's something you want to do. Okay.
One thing I mildly regret not even thinking to mention, because it just tremendously slipped my mind, is that the overworld sprites of characters don't have their weapons. Like,
Oh, they don't.
Even like the plot centric characters, like Nihilok doesn't have his sword out with him. They only have them in battle. So like a lot of these people that have been like, oh, they have this really elaborate weapon and blah blah blah, and I'm like, all right, I'm not drawing that because none of the overworld characters have their weapons showing. Sorry.
Yeah. Whoopsie. Sorry
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, no one's like been upset about it so far, but like, that's something where it's like, oh, I screwed up on that. Like, I should have probably mentioned that because then that would have likely adjusted people's.
Expectations.
Well, no, adjusted people's descriptions.
Right.
Because like some people were like, oh, well, just in case they're not carrying their weapons, then this and that or whatever. But under the pretense that they would give these like really long, detailed explanations of like, and they have
Right.
this halberd and something something and whatever. And I'm like, sorry.
Sorry, I can't
Whatever.
do that. No, you can't.
Hopefully,
Can't have everything.
hopefully people won't mind.
No, I think it should be fine. I mean, like I said, they got everything you've been making so far. I think people have been pretty happy. I mean, that just kind of comes with the territory of also doing something like new like this. So.
No, I mean, it's just, I knew exactly that I was going to do it this way. I just didn't think to mention that in like the details of like when you fill out your information and everything in the contract.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm just like, oh, no, that's not even like a whatever thing. It's like, no, that's my fault. But I mean, I don't know. That's hopefully just people will understand. I haven't gotten any complaints about it so far. So.
No, it's just like I think it's fine. So like, yeah, it would be cool, but it's like, you've got how many of these to do?
Yeah.
Let's fix that. Oh man. Yeah, we'll make gold. That's... So what if your character is a weapon? Well, I guess you're set.
Yeah. No getting around that one.
Yep. My character is a Honedge.
Surprisingly, I haven't gotten anything like that.
Oh, that's specific. Like it's based off of
like
this...
they just straight up like are a weapon.
Oh, okay.
At
That
least
would be cool.
at least I can't recall anything like that, which I'm kind of surprised about because there's been a lot of creative stuff. But
Well, what class would that be then if you're just a straight up weapon?
I guess it'd probably be like a either a morphological or maybe a mechanical race. I don't know.
That'd be cool. I would probably do that just to be cheeky. Hey, Chris, can you make my character 5 swords?
Mainly, I'm just happy that nobody has sent in their details, and it's like my character is just a penis.
It's like, okay, well, money well spent there.
Well, money well spent there. I'm not drawing that.
Yep.
I mean, that's something I definitely. If I did, and nobody has met that penalty, but I did have a note in the contract about like if your character is deemed
A penis.
like inappropriate, then I will not include it, and I have the right to refute them. Excuse me.
Right. No, it just makes sense to have that in there. It's just like I have every right to refuse this, so you better design something that's not that.
Yeah.
No, I think people are genuinely. It's like they really want their character in there, so it's just like, all right, I'm gonna make something fun, and it seems to have worked out so far.
Yeah.
So it's all good.
Yep.
Flash. Oh, that's a cutie.
Here's a fish.
Fish. Like a fish. Okay, do that, and then we make this, then hooray. Let's see. Yeah, sorry if I'm not like super talkative. I'm just kind of a little bit in focus mode.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay. Sorry, also chat. Like, I'm really trying to get this stuff done. I am looking at chat though, so if you guys have any like questions I can answer, something Chris can answer, I'll be looking. Yeah, I got the Deltarune music stuck in my head though, so good.
But which one?
The battle theme, and then oh god, what was the other one? There was a specific overworld theme that just like it was just such a goddamn jam.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones.
It's just like, Toby, why are you so good?
I like the king fight theme.
Yeah, that one's really good too. Just all of it, so good. Yeah, Fields of Hope and Dreams. Oh my god. Yeah, the dun, dun, dun. Oh, I can't even do it. Like dun, 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 dun. Like so good. How can you make such tasty jams?
It's because I think he's primarily a musician first and foremost.
Oh yeah, that's exactly why. Like that's just man. And well, I mean also the work he's probably done on what was it? Homestuck, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, just such a talented. Well, just so interesting to see somebody that does primarily just music, like make such a prolific little game. I'm sure he never expected that, but like, man,
He's very short.
he is.
Yeah.
Have you met him?
Yeah.
Oh.
I met him before Undertale.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I met him at towards the end of my last year of college. Because I went to school with a few people that did art for Homestuck, and Toby was there. It was somewhere in New York. I think it was like one of the parks near where my dorm was. And
That's so cool.
and I hadn't even seen Homestuck yet, so it was kind of nice because I just met him like as a person, and he was really cool. And then it was funny because then I think like a year or two later. I saw him one year at Otakon, and I had caught up with Homestuck by that point, and we were talking about it, and he was like, "Oh wow, you braved the storm, you got through it." And I was like, "Yeah," and I remember distinctly, he was like, "Yeah, I'm thinking about doing this game. I've got some music written." I remember specifically he said like, "Yeah, I've got like some music written for it already," and I'm like, "That's really cool, man."
God.
Like,
That's so
you know,
cool.
good luck to you. And then I think another year after that, I think was when he did the Kickstarter for it.
Wow.
And I backed it, and I oh yeah, that's right. Because okay, remember I used to, when I had time, I used to do this. I would draw like a picture for like everybody for Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I think I drew him. I possibly without even knowing like what gender the character is supposed to be. I drew Toriel, like just based on like the sprite. I was like, oh, I'll draw a character from his demo thing that he just put out, and you know. And then here's the other funny thing. Then separately from that, another couple years later, I think this was in my first year of being in LA. I was introduced to someone else. Through Surashu, who's one of the two musicians on Steven Universe, and because we were working on Crime War at the time, and he was like, "Hey, this friend of mine is doing this student film, and she needs some voices for her thesis." And I was like, "Oh, sure, I'll hook her up with stuff," and that turned out to be Temmie. And so I met Temmie through that, and I remember
so cool.
I got myself and Ed Bosco, Ben Diskin, Kimlin Tran, and Xander Mobus. We did a bunch of voices for her film Potion Shop, if you guys have ever seen that before. We did all the little animal sound design for that. And she paid us in, because it was a student film, it was like, oh, we'll do it for free. And so she paid us in drawings. So she drew a bunch of the characters that we voiced in.
That's so cool.
And yeah, and then Undertale comes out, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, Toby's thing. Oh, I'll have to play that at some point. And then like it, became fucking Undertale. And then and the other thing was because I didn't know like the characters or anything yet. I was seeing stuff, and I was seeing the Temmie character everywhere. And I was like, wait, is it like that Temmie, like Temmie Chang Temmie?
Yep.
I wasn't even sure, and then I realized, oh, it is her. Oh, she worked on this. Oh, this is that thing. Oh, this is huge.
Yeah.
Oh, people are like going ape shit for this game.
Yep.
And then finally, I think like, 4 or 5 months later, I played it finally, and then I went ape shit for it. So
Yeah, because it's just man.
yeah, but
Yeah, that game's in my top 5 for sure, or at least in
Yeah.
my top 10.
it's very good. And then another little funny quick thing yesterday, I met recently this girl, Plaster Brain, who does the music for Jello Apocalypse. If you guys follow Jello Apocalypse's stuff on YouTube. So Plaster Brain, I was talking to her, and we were talking about Deltarune, and I made some offhanded reference to Temmie, and she was like, I am semi-IRL Temmie, and I'm like, what do you mean? And then she linked me to, if any of you guys have ever seen the Temmie Flakes video, that was her as Temmie in that. And I used to quote that fucking video like all the time for like a year, and then she did the voice, and I was like, oh my god, and I didn't realize that was her. And then she even linked to it and said, oh, I see you have like a top comment in the video, being like, this performance is so genuine, and I was like, oh my god, how? And this is like a few years ago too, and I was like, how the fuck? The internet is a small
world.
place. Yeah, I'm gonna find that.
Yeah, it's been a while. I know which one you're talking about.
On Temmie Flakes extra lines.
It totally reminds me of how I used to quote fucking Half-Life Full Life Consequences all the time.
No, you mean Shady would do that. I'm gonna play this video real quick.
Yeah, please do.
Contain 100,000,000% vitamin Tem. Yeah. Tim would pay 1,000,000 gold for Temmie Flakes. Hi, I'm Temmie, and this is my friend Temmie Flakes breakfast cereal. Hi, I'm Bob. Temmie Flakes make you strong, but not too strong. Muscles not cute. Muscles not cute. Temmie Flakes, such a cute. Never had Temmie Flakes? That's okay. Tim understand. Tim coming to kill you. You think this is a joke? Buy Temmie Flakes! Yeah! Special surprise in every box. Surprise is Temmie Flakes.
It's so genuine. It's so fucking good.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
Yeah, she's cool. Go follow Plaster Brain on Twitter and SoundCloud and whatever the fuck else.
Holy shit, I forgot about that video.
Oh shit, we have like 47 fucking people watching right now.
Oh, hi everybody.
Hello.
This is what you came to the stream for, right?
Is that wah?
Oh man, yeah, no, like that between Half-Life and the couple Portal videos, like that would be the shit I would quote. Like, I would still actually quote Half-Life Full Life Consequences like all the time.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever stopped.
Well, there's some fucking Tome blooper from season 2 where Shady is doing the fucking, and then Gordon Freeman's brother, John Freeman.
Yeah.
But the sun and the stars were just something that they did a backflip, but he kept going anyway.
Anyway, I can't give you my license, officer. Why not? Because you have head crabs. Yeah, I've watched all 4 of those. I don't even know how many times now, and the fact that 4 of those exist makes me happy. The original is always the best, but they were pretty damn good.
Yeah.
That was quality Gmod back in the day.
Gary's mod.
Yeah, if anyone in the chat has not seen Half-Life Full Life Consequences, you're missing out on a gem of comedy for the time in 2009. So go watch that.
And then Gordon Freeman's brother, John Freeman.
He went up to the top of the sky and said, "I'll get you back, evil boss." John Freeman yelled at the top of lung.
Dynasty.
See a window.
This guy's cool. He's a survey camera.
Oh, it took me like 2 seconds. I thought you were drawing a fire hydrant. Then it's like, oh wait, no, that's a bot, man.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
See, I love it. I love when people like get really creative about this shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was what I was telling her I quoted a lot in the fucking video. I used to do the Temmie thing a lot.
Yeah. I did like the return of Tem in Deltarune as well. Made me happy.
Part of the reason also, if you guys have seen First Time at Grillby's, which was the Undertale cartoon that I did a couple years ago, the reason that I made that was in part because well, obviously because I was like obsessed with the game at the time, but also it was because Taka from Team 4-Star was thinking about at the time. This is around when Final Fantasy Mission Abridged was just starting up. He was thinking about doing a full playthrough of the game, like with like voices, like with a cast and shit. And he specifically said, and I hadn't even played the game yet, but he specifically said that he wanted me and Chris Zito as the Skeleton Brothers. And I was like, yeah, sure, that sounds like fun. And then it never ended up happening. But when I played the game, I was like, oh yeah, I could see like Zito as Sans and me as Papyrus, and also by that point I had become bored as fuck with, no offense, but like everybody's like really boring choice of voices for the fucking characters. Like I had heard enough like shitty Skeletor impressions for fucking Papyrus that I'm like, all right, I'm done. And it didn't make any sense to me because people would always do Sans with a fucking New York accent, and I'm like, if they're brothers, why would Sans have a New York accent and then Papyrus doesn't? And Zito has a natural New York accent. So, with him, he just had to talk and just have the attitude like, hey, what's going on? It's me. I'm Sans. Fuck. So that was easy. But it was.
Fuck you, I'm Sans.
Fuck you, I'm Sans. Whatever. That's Chris Zito in a nutshell. Fuck you, I'm fucking Sans.
Oh, I like Chris. Chris is a cool guy.
Yeah, I haven't talked with him in a long time.
Yeah. No, his art has really improved over the years too. Like I think he's really cool.
He loves drawing his kobolds.
Yup.
But I'm actually really glad that he's doing all the D&D shit for TFS, because like that, like D&D for as long as I've known him has like always been his passion. And this is a good time to be in the D&D game.
Yeah,
So.
God. Okay. Speaking of D&D, I have seen people talk many good things, but I have never seen, Critical Role?
It's very good. I used to follow it for a while, and then I kind of fell out of it. But
yeah,
it's very good.
I only watch one D&D show right now, but I have actually, the last time I played D&D was actually back in college, when I actually had time to do things like that. Yeah, no, man, I really do kind of miss it, because it's just like, it had a really fun roleplay element to it that I just, haven't done since.
Yeah.
But yeah, just, man, like, if you want to brush up on, like, trying to figure out how to, like, make fun characters and whatnot, pick game D&D. Like that'll teach you quite a bit about, like, how to make a character.
Yeah.
Especially on the fly.
It's also like good. It's also pretty good training for acting too, because you have to improvise. Oh
yeah, absolutely. It's just like, cause especially if you want to go as far as going into role play. It's like, and if you're like, not everyone role plays as their character. Some people play a little more straightforward. But like, if you're into actually making a character, which is honestly more fun if you try to actually get into your character role. You can have a really good time.
Yeah.
Just getting over the initial, like, possible secondhand embarrassment thing, where you're just like, am I doing this right? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I've been invited to come play a lot with people.
That's
for
cool.
campaigns, but I've never taken them up on it.
Yeah. No, it's a time commitment. Even if it's just once a week, you're just like, okay, that's 1 week where I'm just, like, doing this, but I could be working, and it's like...
Yeah, shout out to Zito DMs for TFS The Table, and I think he is also the DM for the Unexpectables, although it might be Taka, I don't know for sure, but he's in both of those.
Really cool.
He was in Tome. He was the voice of Pawn Nico, the minigame salesman, and then he's been in like every old Newgrounds cartoon that I did. He was Meat on Parody Rangers, and he was a bunch of guys in the Nintendo collabs, and I helped come up with jokes and write some of the segments for that.
I'm happy Newgrounds is still around, because I haven't gone to that website in years, but like I'm glad it's still here.
Yeah, so am I. I'm sad that like it kind of doesn't, its relevancy has gone down just because of the convenience of YouTube and everything. But I have a lot of respect for Newgrounds, and they helped fund our first 4 episodes of Tome. And Tom has always been incredibly supportive and cool to me. You know, so.
Yeah, I think it's still a great place for people to get started if they don't want to go straight to YouTube, because obviously YouTube's not super friendly about animators. So.
Well, it's not so much that. I mean, you know.
Well, I mean, algorithm-wise.
Sure, but even then, it's like, I don't know. I think, well, the reason everybody was migrating to YouTube in the first place was because, like, you know, it was because, well, one, at the time it was a easier way to make money, but also just because it was becoming, the ultimate place of convenience to watch videos anywhere anymore. Like people, and then, you know, this was even before, like, you know, the streaming site stuff was becoming pretty commonplace.
Right.
You know, just nobody, you know, Blip and all these other sites, they couldn't compete with the convenience of just everything is on YouTube and everything is immediately accessible and easy to get to, and etc. So even though a lot of artists, you know, didn't want to, they didn't want to migrate to YouTube, they kind of just had no choice.
That's true.
Yeah, which was kind of a bummer, but you know.
I mean, it's just kind of like I said. There's so much stuff, and this is also the problem. It's just like not having a major competitor. It's like the level of convenience outweighs even the most of like biggest fuck ups that happen, because it's just like, where else are you gonna go?
Yeah. I mean, and that's also just like why everybody, you know, we complain about YouTube and
we put up with it.
Yeah, I mean, because it's like you don't really have a choice. I mean, for gaming streamers, it's you know, you can go to Twitch and archive stuff on YouTube for convenience, and that's fine, and I understand why people want to do that, and that's totally cool. But you know, it's for other stuff, it's like, what else are you gonna do? It's like, unless you get like an actual like deal where like I have a show and I'm on like, you know, this website or whatever, and sometimes that doesn't help. Sometimes it's then it comes down to like, you really got to have a pre-installed fan base or else no one's gonna go watch your thing.
Yep.
So you know.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's absolutely true. And it's just like, and the unfortunate thing with Twitch is just like, Twitch is really great streaming wise, but it's so clunky in terms of rewatching videos. So it's just like, it's not the viable competitor in terms of just a straight up watching site, whereas like it's better for obviously live content. And then usually most people, like I said, upload their stuff straight from Twitch to YouTube.
Yeah.
Well, that was the I don't know if you were the one who told me this or not, but like apparently that huge downtime that YouTube had for like 2 hours that one day. Apparently it was because they were ripping Google Plus out of the system.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, no. Okay, yeah. So you weren't the one that told me this. So apparently, from what I understand, they're canning Google Plus. The problem is, the reason, like, canning it means they had to take it out of it. It was so ingrained in YouTube that like ripping it out basically broke a bunch of shit. Which we saw the results of that the other night.
Yeah, I think I wasn't around. I remember hearing about, hey, fucking YouTube's down for everybody, right? I don't think I was actually around for when it was going on.
Yeah, it was down for like 2 to 3 hours, and nobody knew what the hell was going on.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I don't remember where I saw that or who told me that, but apparently, like, I think they shut down Google Plus completely.
Okay.
Because you don't see it on your icon anymore. You see your email, your channel stuff on YouTube, the little icon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they just completely ripped it out, and because it was so entrenched, because they tried so hard to merge it into YouTube's architecture, ripping it out just a thing.
Yeah.
Like hours. Because I had never seen.
You're far away, by the way.
Oh, hello?
Yeah, you're good. I don't know.
My microphone's being stupid lately. I might have to get a replacement.
You're fine now.
But yeah, no, just yeah, exactly. So it just screwed everything up. So that's why nothing was working. Like it's like you can't just rip out a piece and then not have like the consequences of that. You could see what happened.
Yeah, it's also just 2 hours, and they're like, okay, it's back now, and then whatever, and then everybody just deals with it.
Well, and that's the problem, that like that was 2 hours of people not, especially for people who actually do rely on YouTube, that's 2 hours of your stuff not being viewed, which also fucks with the revenue, which fucks with other stuff.
Yeah.
It was just like, man, what a... You guys probably should have thought that through.
Yeah, YouTube, I don't know. YouTube for me is just a tool. It's just a thing.
It is.
You know,
It's not your friend.
I don't consider myself a YouTuber. You know, I like streaming. I actually like doing this a lot more than making videos. I really just do the Curblog so that, like, look, I have no problem whatsoever being fucking transparent about everything with this to you guys. You know, I don't make that much money off of YouTube. It's enough to, like, contribute a little bit to my bills, but it's not a lot. I'm not making gangbusters like people that, you know, are YouTubers, like in terms of, like, that's their job. You know, and I mean, really at this point, the only reason that I make Curblogs is just because apparently on the internet, if you don't update for more than, like, 5 fucking seconds, people think that you're dead.
Yep.
You know, so.
Oh, we had that happen too. It was just like, oh my god, you didn't die. I was thinking about unsubbing, and it's like, what?
Yeah, I mean, so, and Curblogs were, you know, the whole reason that I started doing them is because they were just something really easy and quick for me to produce on a constant basis, just, you know, to help with relevancy, because, you know, once I started doing, even when I was doing Tome, because I started doing Curblogs in, I think, 2013, I believe. You know, like, it was like, okay, this takes a while. What can I do to, you know, get people entertained and up to speed and aware of what's going on with me, you know, in between episodes? Because they, you know, would take at least a few months to fucking finish. You know, so Curblogs were just an easy way to fucking fulfill that. And to be honest, I don't actually really like doing them that much anymore. Like, unless I really have, like, an idea for what I want to do. And even, like, to be honest, like, even, like, the interviews I was doing this year for Voice October, like, they don't get very good views. Like, it just seems like people are kind of, like, whatever about that. And that's fine. Like, people, you know, are entitled to not
Wait, they like what they like.
Yeah. And so that's fine. But that's what I'm saying, where it's like, wow, I don't like to spend a lot of time on it, as opposed to stuff like this, where it's like, this is a tangible, like, you know, product. And this is something that I'm more enthusiastic about doing anyway.
Well, then you can directly talk to people too, so it's just like, it's just really nice. Like, that's actually the one thing I kind of miss about, like, live sharing a little bit. I think it's actually kind of screwed my, like, other productivity when I just want to do fun art. Because it's like, man, I need a motivator sometimes, and it's just like, it's like, I'll do it later.
Yeah. Well, even in terms of motivation, like, this has been really good for my fucking productivity, because it is constantly like, hey, people are watching me, I need to get work done, and therefore I do, because they are watching me. You know, so you guys technically are helping me by you know, being the constant reminder to get shit done. So
yeah,
which is nice.
Yeah.
And
it's just really, like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, it's all beneficial, because it's all, like, it's an update for how things are going. It's, you know, further productivity with things. So, you know, it's a tool that I can use to my advantage, and, you know, that's the most that I can get out of it. It's not my living. It's not, you know, my day-to-day. It's just, like, it's just a thing that I can use to my advantage to help with what it is that I'm really focusing on. So.
Yeah. That's really all you can do. It's just like...
Excuse me.
Like, honestly, if I, like, and having the people that I work with as well, especially on, like, the video stuff, it's just like, I need those people to kick my ass. It's like, I am responsible enough to hopefully get my shit done when I need to. But, you know, sometimes it's just like, alright, well, let me talk to my art lead to see, like, I need this done, and then, like, what's the time frame, and when to kick it into high gear. Alright, we need to have more work hangouts to get this done. All that shit.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta think about all those things, especially when you're working on large projects. Because it's hard to be a one-man motivator. It really is. It's just like that's fickle. That can fail you at any point.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I always want to get shit done, so it's never a problem for me. But, you know, because even in this past week when I was busy with Amy's birthday and stuff, like, I was still getting work done just on other things in the meantime. I did.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Even just yesterday, I did the official artwork for the new characters that we're going to be revealing on Sunday. And
Someone calling you?
it's a fucking what's it called? It's a bot.
Oh.
We keep getting fucking bot calls from like areas in New York because it's my fucking area code. It's so annoying.
Yeah, no, I keep getting telemarketers constantly now because it's election season.
Yeah. That might be what it is, but I don't pick them up, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, no, I just hit end. I'm just like, nope, I don't know you.
How's it coming along on your end?
Yeah. Like I said, I had to because I'm a dum-dum and I didn't make the repeating part, so I have to rip all my assets and I'm reorganizing them.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I didn't think about that at 2 in the morning.
Can you shoot me a pic of what you have so far?
Yeah, give me a little bit. 1 second. I don't like the fact that YouTube's been messing with my subscription box like many people, and I just don't get notifications for certain people.
Yeah.
That's super fun. I didn't subscribe to them so I could watch videos. I subscribed so I can't. What's that?
It's fucking the King boss fight.
Okay, so that's the only one I've listened to once, so that was not in my head yet.
When I get through all the rest of the Sonic music, which is what I'm on right now for the stream music, I might go through the Brawl soundtrack.
Ooh, that would be good.
And then maybe I'll do Mega Man after that. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, that was super surprising on the last direct for Smash Brothers. Like the fact that song has lyrics. Like,
oh yeah,
that came out of left field.
Yeah.
Very excited for the game. Okay, I lied. I'm gonna get Spyro and I'm gonna get that. That's about it.
Smash.
Yeah, of course. It's just like I also want fucking Piranha Plant.
See my Kerblog for my thoughts, in case you guys haven't.
I did not see that. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying, like, I'm not going to repeat all the same information in terms of my opinions on that.
That's totally fine.
Yeah, I'm still excited for the game.
Yep.
Now, Alchemy Night, I'm not playing any music right now. I don't do that if I have a guest. I don't usually do that, so.
Hi, I'm a guest. Yeah, basically, I'm trying to do more hangouts with Chris just to get my productivity up. Since we were talking about that before, it's just like the streams are like one of the best instances if he doesn't have like another guest on.
I've had more than one guest on.
Oh yeah, no, you have. Never mind. I'm talking shit.
Yeah.
Ignore me.
Did you get the screenshot?
Oh, sorry. I get distracted. You know me. Give me like 2 seconds. I will get that to you. I just have a bunch of shit turned off. You seen any movies recently, or no?
Can't think of what. I watched Emperor's New Groove last night.
Oh my god, I haven't seen that in years. Is it still good?
Yeah, for the most part.
What'd you think of it?
I still like it. It's still one of my favorites.
Who's your favorite character?
God, I don't know. They're all good. Yeah, I watched that the other day, and I want to see Wreck-It Ralph soon.
The first one, or wait, no. When does the second one come out?
This month.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me know how that is. I don't know if I'm gonna actually go see it myself, but just probably won't have time. But I was excited to see Sonic.
Yeah, his little minor cameo.
Yeah, they still didn't get Mario, did they?
No, I forget what the reason was.
Oh well.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's just they couldn't afford him, or that Nintendo just didn't want to do it.
No, I think that it wasn't a matter of that, because they could have gotten him for the last one, but I think that they didn't get him in the first one originally, because like they didn't have a good like place for him that would have been like fitting.
Right.
And they didn't want to just like, and also here he is, or whatever. They wanted to actually have it be something of significance. And
right.
I think there was a different reason given this time. I don't remember what it was, though.
Interesting, because it's like, I know a ton of people really wanted that, but, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You don't want to do it, you don't want to do it.
Some people got the wrong idea, because, like, John C. Reilly was, like, he made some joke about, like, oh, yeah, well, there was, a certain Italian plumber who was asking for too much money, and his little brother who was asking for even more, but he was joking. And then like later, I think like Rich Moore or somebody, one of the head people on the movie were like, no, like we just didn't have like a place for him in the film that was like of significance, and we didn't want to just throw him in with nothing,
Right.
Because pretty much every character that was in the movie that was licensed like served a purpose in terms of even if it was a background element, they served a purpose of being part of the Villains Anonymous thing, or like Sonic as the fucking like public service announcement thing and all that.
Right. No, that makes sense. That absolutely makes sense. It's just like, it is a bummer, but it's like, you don't want to just place a character just because people want it. I'm getting you your thing, don't worry.
Okay. Sorry, I thought I'd distract you again with my Wreck-It Ralph talk.
No. It's fine. I'm just, me, I'm a spastic. I'm trying to figure out how the hell I guess I can double print screen this, because it's really fucking tall. Okay, clipboard that. Okay, yeah, we can do that. We can do a double on this one. Screen that. I hope you don't mind that I didn't grime this building up as much, because this one seemed a little more prim proper.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just I kind of kept it a little more simple.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, meant to. Oh, forgot to turn. Okay, whatever. You'll see that later. Okay. Put that like that. I didn't print screen it correctly because I'm an idiot. I am really excited though, because like we did get some because like I said, I'm on break right now, other than just the stuff I'm working on with you for a good like 3 months for video production, and but our storyboard person we've been churning out a couple ideas here and there, so I'm really excited for that for the next video.
Mm-hmm. You guys decided what song it's going to be?
Yep, everyone will know that when Ben wants to announce it. Man, they are bugging the shit out of you.
Oh no, that's not the tall marketers. That's
Oh.
That's my friends.
Whoops, never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, they wanted to hang out, but I'm working, so.
Right. Okay, there we go. Do that. Save this. That's great. That. Okay. That. Sorry, I gotta Frankenstein this together. One sec. Grab that. Okay, cool. Yep. Okay, stick that there, stick that there. Let's see. Okay. Right. September. 1500. Stop. Here. Yeah. Okay. No, that's not right. No. I guess there's two. Never mind, I lied. Alright, let me just save this out and I will throw this your way.
Okay. Hey, it's Edwin's character.
Oh boy!
An armadillo in a penguin suit holding up a wooden sign that says moo. That's his thing that he has in every video game. Every time he donates to Kickstarter.
Oh my god. That's so good. I love it. Have you had any favorites you've worked on recently?
I don't know. There's been a lot. I can't think of any particular ones.
Right, I just thought about that when I asked that question. I was
Yeah.
like, whoops, never mind.
Yeah.
It's probably hard considering I don't even know how many you've done at this point.
Right now I've done 119.
Wow. That's so crazy, dude.
Yep.
Is that a dog?
Yeah.
It's cute.
It'll be next.
Okay, wow, this is the first time I've ever had Paint Tool Psi crash on me. Okay, cool. Let's do this again.
Just like fucking print screen it and then like.
It's tall is the problem. Like,
Yeah,
I
know.
it.
Just like zoom out and like do a full thing of it. I don't need to see like the.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just gonna do it that way. I was trying to do it the nice way, but apparently that's not happening.
No,
So.
that's fine.
Fucking goddamn it. Okay. Okay, do that. Print screen. That up there. Yeah, the only other problem is just like I have to just do one crop because it print screens. For some reason, print screens both of my fucking desktop windows, and I'm like, why?
It's fine.
Yeah. Size. 20 by 10. Okay. Promise you, I'm not doing this on purpose.
It's fine.
Okay, there we go. Jesus Christ. Okay, now I can save it, and I will give it to you. That's cute, Moo.
Yeah. I think when I did this for the for season 2, I like somehow misinterpreted it as a penguin in an armadillo suit.
Oh.
So I drew completely the wrong fucking thing.
Oh, sorry. I sent you the thing. I just realized I have the signs and shit turned off because they're in a different thing right now because I have to compress everything.
That's okay.
But that's what it looks like.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yay! Yep. So once I get the repeating element on there and then all my layers organized again, I'll send that over to you.
Okay.
Someone's asking, will the giveaway winners be publicly announced or will it be email only?
We'll announce them. Because they're voting via Twitter, so.
Mm-hmm. It's not like it would be private anyway.
Yeah. We're just gonna say their Twitter names, we're not gonna give out, like, the real names or something.
Right.
God. I remember when we... I almost don't... No, fuck it, whatever. I remember when we were doing the eBay auctions for like the Nylock episode and like,
oh wow, I forgot about that.
Season 2 and all that stuff. I remember like I got some shit from someone who was like, "That's against fucking what was it? It's against eBay's policy to publicly say the people that won an auction." And I'm like, yeah. And also the whole point of the thing was that people get to be in the cartoon and get credited and have their character or their face or whatever in the thing. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. So clearly, like, the people who chose to enter this knew that that's part of the whole deal. So, like, whatever.
Is that actually against their policy? I didn't know that.
I mean, sure, it probably is. But, like, the point of the contest was that it's like we said we were going to announce the winners and everything, and then yeah. So like then if like the you know and we asked them like what they wanted to be credited as and etc. So,
right.
I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, it's just like okay, sure, but okay. Man, yeah, like God, it's been so long. I keep forgetting I've been working with you since like 2011.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I actually went back
how
through.
How have you tolerated me for that long?
Because you're a cool guy.
Yeah. All right.
I won't hear anything else of it, so too bad. You're my friend.
Yeah. I guess so.
Yeah. You gotta come out and visit again. We only had 2 hours.
Yeah, we want to go back to Vegas at some point. Probably not till next year, though.
Oh yeah, no, it's like, you know, it's an expensive trip.
I've had enough driving to last me like a month. we went out to the desert for one of the days during Amy's birthday week and heard coyotes and shit. But it was,
Yeah, I saw your video on that because I didn't know what you were talking about, and then
we went out to the desert, but it was a little. Took like 3.5 fucking hours to get there. So
yeah, that sounds about right.
But that was fun.
Yeah, no, the coyotes are really cool. We got all kinds of fun little desert critters, including scorpions.
Yeah, we didn't see any animals up close, but it was still fun.
Oh yeah, did I tell you during now this hasn't happened in 15 years, but because some people decided to not spray their plants correctly when they brought them over, we have invasive scorpions now.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, I find them in my house once in a while.
When we are they like deadly?
Their sting hurts like a bitch, and they're not native to this area, so unfortunately you have to kill them. Otherwise they'll just multiply because they have like 30 babies per scorpion. Something like that, some crazy number. But yeah, I'll find them, and it's just like, unfortunately, it's like, I don't like killing insects, but in this case they don't belong here, and they're bad for our environment.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, they're the one scorpion species that actually can hurt people. And it's like, really? This tiny little bastard? Like, come on, man. But yeah, they are obnoxious, and unfortunately, it's like, I would let them go before I knew, and then the exterminator came, it's like, no, you gotta get rid of these guys.
Yeah.
It really sucks. Cause yeah, I'll tell you one that was, I was sitting at my computer desk here, and I look up on my wall, and there's this big bastard just sitting on my wall. I'm like, great.
Fun.
Let me go get a giant cup, and I'm gonna take it outside, and then unfortunately you're done. It really, like I said, if it was any other scorpion species, like they're perfectly fine. I like scorpions, but in this case, yeah, like I said, these guys don't belong here. And there was actually a news story where this one household, their landlord wouldn't call the exterminator, and they kept getting 5 scorpions a night. Just like, you know, they have a family and kids and whatnot, so it's like, oh, well, if you're not going to do anything, we'll go to the news.
God, when we were watching Emperor's New Groove, there's that part where they're like in the ravine and they have to do like the pushing against each other's backs to like get back up thing.
Mm-hmm.
And there's scorpions falling down from
Yep.
The tree that's above them, and then also Kuzco like gets his head shoved into a fucking like little cave with bats in it. And, like,
Yep.
And they all like fly into his mouth. And I'm like, and Amy fucking hates bats because she used to get them like in her apartment, when she lived in Florida. And I was like,
Got
what?
bats?
And yeah, and I was like, what's worse? And she's like, the scorpions.
Oh yeah, no, the bats are fine. Bats are great.
Well, not the bats that she had. They were annoying for her. I love bats, but yeah, she did not have a good time with those.
No, like in terms of it's like you don't want it in your house, but in terms of like the two, yeah, I would absolutely I take the bats over.
Yeah.
Just like, because it's just like scorpion. Well, cool fun fact about scorpions, or at least I don't know if this is for every scorpion, but at least the one that's called the bark scorpion, which is the invasive one we have here. Really, really easy way to see them is you put a black light to them and they light up bright yellow.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know why, but they just do. And you can spot them like a good 10 feet away. It's kind of creepy, but also at the same time it's just like, wow, okay, so now I can find you little suckers.
Yeah.
I figured out where they were coming though. They were coming in through my back door to the backyard. There's some cracks because this house is 30-something freaking years old. But yeah, I was just like, this is so annoying. They go away in the winter, thank God. But then they come back in full force when it gets warm.
Yeah.
It really sucks.
Just the best.
Yeah, it's really fun when you almost think you're walking out and then you spot it out of the corner of your eye and you're like, oh, if I had stepped 2 feet this way, I would have got stung.
Yeah.
this will be great though, because then I can get it start on the beach assets tonight.
Sweet.
So I just want to get right into the next one, so we just keep making up for lost time.
Yeah. I wish Crescent would join.
She's unfortunately busy with her job right now, because she works most of the day, like 10 hours.
These guys. Now gotten done 16 so far.
Oh, that's so cute. Little puppy.
It's a puppy.
Puppy. Yeah, we were dog sitting our neighbor's dog for the first time, and like, my God, I could not ask for a more sweet-mannered, freaking old Labrador.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she was so well behaved, only like barely begged, was quiet, loved to play, just sweet, sweet dog.
Just everything you could ever want.
Pretty much, yeah. I had never met such a mild-mannered dog in my life. Just loves everybody. I was like, oh, it's like, I don't know if I'll ever get another dog, at least not yet. But man, I wouldn't mind just watching other people's dogs.
Yeah.
It's like I can do that. It's like I totally would like to do that.
Yeah, we really want a dog, but
Oh, you do?
yeah, we do. I don't know how likely it's going to be for a while, but we really want one.
Well, yeah, because it's like my consideration, of course, is just like, am I going to be able to give this, this new pet like the time and attention they need?
Yeah.
That's my biggest holdup, because my mom really wants a dog, and I don't want to deny her a dog, because even though we both live in the same household, because like I would love another dog, but it's like, would I be responsible enough to have the time when she's away at work or when I'm at work? And it's like, is the dog going to be okay by itself? And yada yada.
Special supplies in every box. Supplies is Tummy Flakes.
Tummy Flakes. Oh my God, that's so cute.
This is Puppy.
So cute.
That's a puppy.
Puppy.
That's a puppy. You can't tell me otherwise. That it's not a puppy.
I won't, because I agree. It's a puppy.
It's a puppy.
Puppy, puppy, puppy. So chat, have you been playing anything fun recently? Any interesting movies? Anything like that? 'Cause y'all didn't know, I'm a workaholic, so it's like I don't get to do much at the moment. So I'm curious to know what you guys are doing.
This guy. Excuse me. Contracts.
Okay, yeah, I've seen people talk about apparently the Castlevania series on Netflix. Chris, have you seen that or no?
Shit's really good.
Is it good? Because
Yeah.
I need something new to watch right now, and nothing has caught my interest lately.
It's very good. Did you see the initial 4 episodes that went up a long time ago?
No, I haven't seen any of it.
So in total, it's 12 episodes because quote unquote season 1 is 4 episodes, and then season 2, which just went up, is 8.
Right.
But it's all the same. Like it's the Castlevania 3 story.
Oh, okay.
But it's it's fucking really good.
So that's a Netflix exclusive?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, I'll give that a shot. That sounds awesome because I've been seeing background work from it and like a couple gifs here and there. I didn't even know that they had made that until recently.
Yeah, it's really good.
Awesome.
I've never played any Castlevania games before, but I'm just like really into the show because it's very, very well done.
Fuck yeah. So good animation too?
Yeah, it's fucking stunning looking. The characters are great. The dialogue is mostly good. There's a couple moments where it's like weird, but it's overall it's really, really well done, and I'm hoping they'll continue to do a lot more of it. So.
Yeah, I was gonna. I don't know how you feel about this particular series because I haven't watched it because it was a little bit of a turnoff because of just the particular. I don't like the frame rate quality, but have you actually seen the Dragon Prince?
No, I haven't yet. I want to because I hear it's very good. You know, I'm willing to forgive the look of it or whatever. I don't really care that much. Yeah, I haven't checked it out yet though, but.
Yeah, I know that's on my because I think it's 9 episodes currently, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. I was working on a thing today I think is going on Netflix, and it's funny because there's a lot of these new shows where I'm so used to TV where it's like 13 or 26 or whatever.
Right,
and,
full season.
Yeah, and like, but there's a lot of these new shows that are just like it's just like, you know, 8 episodes or 10 episodes or whatever, and it's like it's just as many episodes as it needs to be for the story.
Right.
It's like, oh, interesting.
Well, it's probably it seems like that formula, at least for Netflix, seems to be working in terms of like getting new creators into like being able to make stuff at least in a decent time frame.
I guess so. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. But
yeah, it's like I haven't watched enough of that format yet to like really know if I like that. But I think like if it gets new people into making stuff, more content is pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just interesting. It's out of the ordinary for animation, but I think it's still cool to see like just how it's going with like just the streaming platform stuff is this new uncharted territory that doesn't have like all the same kind of worries. You know, it's like, I mean, even on the note of not even just the episode count, but also like the length of episodes. Like, it doesn't matter. It can be whatever the fuck it needs to be because it's not going on TV. So
right.
They just are like, this episode's 28 minutes long. This episode's, 20 minutes long. This episode's whatever. Like, it doesn't have to hit the fucking 22-minute sweet spot for broadcast because it doesn't matter, you know?
Right. No, that's super interesting. Like, it's definitely uncharted territory for sure in regard to just animation in general, because it's just like, oh, it's kind of an in-between where it's kind of online, but it's also still through a service.
Because, like, Bravest Warriors, in fact, let me even double-check this real quick. Like, when Bravest Warriors was starting, it was, they were very short, like 6-minute episodes, because it seemed like it was all about, there was, the first 2 seasons were, like, designed to be, it was designed to be entirely, like, built for, like, YouTube watchers, like, the length, like, the length of it, and all, like, the timing of the jokes and the types of jokes and everything, like, it was entirely designed front to back to be for like casual YouTube people and like aiming at that kind of like Adventure Time mindset, kind of off the heels of that, because it was
right. It was built for that platform.
Yeah, and then I remember, because I met one of the producers of it, because he worked on The Adventures of Pete and Pete, so my family's known him for many years, and we were talking about that, and it was brought at the time. I think they were just starting on like the 3rd season of it, and he's like, yeah, like now we're actually changing it to 11-minute episodes because now it might be airing on TV in some countries.
Okay.
So now, like, in order to fit that, the format of that, like, they have to be at least 11 minutes.
Interesting.
So then from season 3 onward, and I guess like in the long run, that wasn't a detriment because the people that were still supporting and like fans of the show probably were like, oh cool, longer episodes, I'm down with that kind of thing.
Right.
So it's like it worked okay, and
Yeah, that's tricky to do for sure, because it's just like, especially if you're used to doing shorter format, having to get more out of what you're making.
Yeah.
It's like, that's very difficult. And also, just to continue to make it interesting, where you have to kind of, not so much pad out, because you don't want to be padding, but, more story, more interaction, stuff that's meaningful to whatever the hell's going on.
Yeah.
I definitely don't envy that. It's because, like, doing the work that I do in such short format verse, it's like, yeah, I'm really good at that, but like having to make a 22-minute thing, I've already done that on a fan project. It was hella difficult.
Yeah.
It's like, especially you want to keep people engaged the whole like majority of the time. It's like, oh boy, definitely props to people who can pull that off.
It's funny because even like when we were making the drive to and from the desert and everything. We were listening to a lot of music, and I hadn't heard any. I was listening to Homestuck music for the first time in like a while.
Nice.
And I was just thinking about Homestuck for the first time in a while, also as a result of that. And I think I might have talked about this in the Homestuck Curblog that I did with Johnny a few years ago. But like, it's interesting because like that series kind of inspired me to want to try, doing this whole thing of like, doing a very simplistic, easy to produce a lot of installments of thing for the internet, and like so like Tome, like some of the way that like I guess the formatting of Tome and like how the episodes were made, and like some of the tricks and things I was doing to get episodes done relatively quickly at one point. And I've talked about this on like commentaries and stuff, probably with you. Like, in the beginning, I thought, I'll get an episode done a month.
Oh, yeah, yep.
Yeah, and I did that for the first 2, and then very quickly after that, I was like, all right, this is probably, I don't think this is going to work like that. But it was still, like, kind of as a result of, like, okay, well, Homestuck was designed in this way. I mean, it's a comic first and foremost, but even with the animation bits as well, it was done stylistically in a way that, like, okay, we can make updates quickly and consistently, and not have people have to fucking wait for 8 million fucking years. Actually, I'm curious if there's any Homestuck people in the chat. Is Hiveswap good? Like, is it worth checking out? Because I've considered it, but like I don't know. I haven't really looked too much into it. But
I am not a. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, that was it.
Yeah, well, because it's just like it's been. I never actually got to finish Homestuck because it was just such a. I know it's good because I stuck with it for like about halfway through. And yeah, life got in the way, and then it's just like, man, it is such a long read. I know it's good, but like I don't know if I could start from the beginning again. No,
I wouldn't. I mean, I saw the grand majority of it, and then I stopped around when the Trickster stuff was happening.
I stopped way before that, I think.
Yeah, but I did watch the ending, so I've seen the end of Homestuck at least.
I haven't. Yeah, because I was just like, if I'm gonna end something, I want to make sure I actually watch it. But the problem is, it is so long. It's years of content, and it's like I've seen at least like a couple of the animations also that like were the big spectacles of the time as well.
Yeah.
Which were amazing. Like that shit blew my mind at the time. But yeah, no, I would love to finish it, but if I just had a solid week to just read Homestuck, I would probably do that.
Okay. Yeah, I
But I
remember.
don't.
I remember back in the day, there were a lot of people that like, all right, I'm gonna finally get into it, and then they like binge fucking through it somehow, like way quicker than I thought.
It's the only way to do it if you're starting right from the beginning, because it's just like having to do it in spurts. It's just like it's too much content.
I remember it took me a while to get started because also all of my friends were like, "Oh, you need to see Problem Sleuth first. Like, you need to see that first
Yeah,
because
you have
like,
to have that for context.
yeah." And I'm just like, I don't want to fucking.
Well, that's
do
another
that.
one. So it's like that's like half the length of like, or not even. I don't even remember how long that one is, but it's still pretty long.
Yeah, it was long enough, and even then I was like, oh, okay, I kind of get the correlation, but I don't really care that much about this. I just want to get the Homestuck already. But
Right. It's like I want to just jump into this. Give me John and all the other characters and. And then the best boy, or which dog was it? It was the. What was the dog's name?
the dog.
Wasn't there a dog?
Uh,
There was a dog, wasn't there? I swear to God, there was
the
a dog.
dog, like the that becomes the like god thing.
Yeah, like fuses or something with
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, I forgot his name. Shit.
According to the Homestuck wiki or MS Paint Adventures wiki, it's Becquerel.
Yeah, Beck. I remember. Yeah, Beck was a good boy. He was best boy. He tried. He tried very hard. Yeah, I think he was. I think he was either Jade's dog or. Yeah, can you tell how far back that like fucking I barely remember certain things at all. It's like way back in the beginning. That was before even like they got into the whole like god tier stuff. I think.
Yeah. All right, this Final Fantasy boy.
That is. That'd be a silly question. You did play Odyssey, right?
Oh yeah, I love the fuck out of that game.
Yeah, I keep thinking about it, and I'm like, man, I cannot wait until I get to actually play that. Because, like I said, my Switch is still just sitting in my,
Yeah.
not being touched.
Yeah, it's excellent. It's like one of my new favorite games.
How long generally is the main part of that game?
It depends, because there's a lot of content, so you can kind of just do whatever you want. It's
Right.
very open and freeing for you to do whatever you feel like doing. Like, you can stay in a level longer than you need to. Like, the way it's formatted is you go from level to level, like in a path, right? And you can also return to them and collect more of the moons. But you need a certain number of moons to get further. So, like, you'll get to say, like, I don't know, like one of the Ice Kingdoms or something, and like, okay, you need to get 20 moons or something to progress to the next kingdom after that, or maybe not 20, but like a certain number of them to like power the ship to continue forward or whatever, right?
Right.
So you can collect those, but then before you leave, if you want to stay longer and try to get more of them, you can do that.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool, actually.
Yeah, like you're allowed to stay there for as long as you want.
That's neat.
And then also, like, if you're just like diligent, like you can get through like the main quest, like in just like I think the quickest so far that I've ever been able to like get from like story cutscene 1 to like final battle with Bowser, like in a single run, I think was about like maybe 4 hours or so.
Oh, okay. So really, a lot of the stuff comes from just the additional exploring on top of that.
Yeah, but then also again, like that's even then, like that's from like skipping the cutscenes, but just doing all of the like required story stuff, and then like getting to the end.
Right.
Like that. It took me about that long.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, but no, it's really good. It's very well paced out and excuse me, very freeing and etc. Yeah, it's
awesome.
An excellent game.
Sweet. Cannot wait. It's gonna be so good. Did you also play Breath of the Wild as well, right?
I did not. Amy did.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's another one. It's like it's just on my to-do list. Like I just need the time.
Yeah.
It's like I know that game is huge. So
yeah, it's very good.
yeah, that seems to be the thing, especially with Nintendo's mainline games. It's just like getting through the initial story content. It doesn't take that long, but if you want to like have a great time in regard to just everything else, like they got shit for you.
Yeah, all their stuff is really, even the stuff that I'm not into, like Fire Emblem and all that. Like I know that.
Fire Emblem's been
really
like
fun.
it's been on a roll lately. Apparently, I've seen just like other than just also Smash, but like just in general, it's like I think they're also getting a new title in that. And I've never played a Fire Emblem game in my life.
Yeah, well, it's funny because I was considering picking up Awakening a while ago, and then I ended up not. But like Awakening seems to be the game that like got
The recommended
like
one.
well that's the one that like it was made to be very accessible. So it's like the Fire Emblem game that got people that weren't previously into the series like into it.
That's good.
Yeah, but
Yeah, because I know nothing about Fire Emblem otherwise, other than the fact that there's a bunch of pretty characters.
yeah, and I mean that's the thing is like that's the big appealing factor that suddenly like made everybody pay attention, like people that wouldn't have paid any mind to it previously. It's like, oh, there's like lots of hot people in this.
They're all in armor and shit,
And they're all really complicated to draw, and really not something I enjoy drawing for commissions. Remember when we did the charity stream a couple years ago for I think it was the 5th year anniversary maybe?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, and I did like the sketch commissions for people, and like I kept getting like draw Lucina, draw Lucina, draw Lucina, draw Lucina, and I'm like,
no, can I not, please? But you paid me, so
it's for a good cause. Yeah, and she's a great character too. I know she's like super cool and interesting, but like, just in terms of like having to draw her, like they're all so fucking detailed.
Yeah, no, for sure. I definitely don't envy. Like, if people can draw them, great. But it's like, I can draw people, but more cartoony people.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm trained to draw more realistic technically, but I don't want to.
Yeah. Dude, we might have talked about this before, but like, after seeing the Samurai Jack shit, like the newer ones, I'm like, man, I need to learn to draw more simple like that.
No, that's the thing. That's what made. Okay. So I've actually had a talk with Preston about this before and other people. But like the one thing that Samurai Jack brought back that I have missed immensely is cartoon anatomy that has like this specific level of form to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, man, I miss stylized anatomy that's just not like simple for the sake of simple, which is fine, for animation, want simple designs unless you're fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
They want to animate something complicated, but Samurai Jack, the way they draw people, and characters in general, like people, like, oh my god, I love Jack's. His anatomy is like artworks. It just, I miss that style so much. It's just like things feel solid. And they have like, it's still stylized, but it's not pushed so cartoony that it's like, oh, just clearly just a full cartoon person. I don't know how to describe it. I just miss that style so much. And seeing it in action in like the best it could possibly be was a real treat.
Yeah, and I definitely want I want Balancing Act to look like that.
I use Samurai Jack as a lot of inspiration for my vector backgrounds, especially when I'm doing like my ghost stuff.
Yeah.
Like when I did those special illustrations for the last video, there was huge inspiration from Samurai Jack, like 100%.
Mm-hmm.
It's like because the way they break down shapes is so good. It's just Genji and his team of just like they're god tier.
Yeah, I tried. If anybody saw like the more recent sketches that I did of the Balancing Act characters that I put up on Tumblr, how many months ago was that? I'll even link it in the thing. About 7 months ago, and then 1 year ago. Jesus fuck. When was this? It doesn't show the date. Whatever. I'll post it in the link to the chat. A lot of these more recent drawings that I put up, like, I'm kind of trying to get to that, like, Samurai Jack-esque sort of like angular, simplistic kind of thing.
Angular, yeah, that's the way to describe it. The way they handle their angles with their shapes is just like there's not many shows that do it that way.
Yeah.
And I just, like I said, I miss that because that's definitely a remnant of the style of that time.
Yeah.
And going into season 5 and especially just seeing, not only just seeing those characters again, but seeing the way they move and how the animation has improved even since then.
Hey, quick plug, if you're interested. About a year and a half ago, Jordan and I did a Samurai Jack Kerblog.
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah, and also because I saw a question asking about favorite episodes. I don't remember off the top of my head, but search Samurai Jack Kerblog and you'll find, first of all, a top 10 list that I did of my personal favorite 10 episodes of Samurai Jack. And then also you'll find, if you search the same thing, you'll find the Kerblog that Jordan and I did, where we reviewed all of the new season episodes that led to the finale.
Yeah, that was a great talk. Oh my god, yeah. I could talk for when you get something that I really really love, I could talk about it for hours.
Yeah. Amy and I still wanted to do an eco trilogy Kerblog.
Oh, that'd be cool too. Yeah.
Yeah, but she wanted to like get her notes together for like a theory that she had about the timeline or something, and she never got around to it.
There's a lot to talk about, especially with considering all 3 games together. Because it's just like there's so many motifs that keep showing up in all of those games, whether intentional or not. That is because it's like Ueda loves. Like, he said this multiple times, which is why he's always so vague about like certain clues and whatnot. It's just like he wants people to come to their own conclusions about like there's certain things that are not defined for a reason. It's just like there was never like some ulterior motive to like have this thing have meaning or something, but it's like having people come up with what they think it means. But there's also enough, like I said, there's the horn motifs. There's I could talk about hours.
Yeah.
But like Samurai Jack though, it's just like it's hard now because it's just like those new 10 episodes that we got, it's like
those would absolutely factor and beat out a lot of my old favorites, because they were so well choreographed. Like some of the later stuff got a little bit weird because they only had enough time for however many episodes, but man, the first like 6 or 7 was like so good for season 5. I love the pacing. Like that's the thing. Samurai Jack has always had great pacing. They are the masters of show don't tell.
Yeah.
Especially when you just have it like with just Jack, at least in the beginning, and even when they bring in Ashi, like there's a really cool dynamic there. But yeah, just the fact that they're able to use empty space and especially no dialogue to like you get a sense of what's going on and it's not boring at all. It's like I highly respect that show.
Yeah. It was a good time. Samurai Jack.
Samurai. I do like that one guy who's pretending to be a samurai. He was very funny.
The samurai.
Yeah, the samurai.
Who was played, I think, by in the new one. I think he was played by Keegan-Michael Key.
Oh, that's cool.
From Key and Peele.
Yeah. Oh man, so many people must have been so stoked to get those positions.
I've been catching up on Rob Paulson's Talkin' Tunes.
What's that?
It is a podcast that Rob Paulson, who's the voice of Yakko and Pinky and like 8 billion other like really iconic cartoon characters that you have probably all grown up with. He does these interviews. It's on Team Alpha where Critical Role is, but he does these interviews with basically all of the like top level voice actors, Billy West and Maurice LaMarche and Grey DeLisle, Tara Strong, all of those kind of guys. Mm-hmm. And he did one with Phil LaMarr, and they were talking about Samurai Jack because at the time, I think the episodes had just finished airing. And he was talking about how, like, Rob actually played the character that gives Jack his name.
Oh, wow.
He's one of the three. Yo, Jack, what's up? Jack, what's up? In the first episode.
Right.
And he was like, wait, I remember playing the Rothschild, the dog guy. I don't remember that guy, but yeah, apparently he was one of those dudes in the beginning.
Oh man, you said dogs, and I do remember one of my favorite episodes. There's actually, I think it was the first or second episode of Samurai Jack, where it's the dog people.
Yeah, it's the 3-parter opening thing with Rothschild III, or Rafi.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, I love that. And it's just like dogs can talk.
Yeah,
what?
and they were from Townsville.
Yep.
if you look in the ruins of the thing that they were digging through,
yep.
You can see the talking dog says it's good thing from the fucking episode where they fight the pufferfish thing or whatever, and I was like, hey, same universe, hey.
That dog can talk, but he sure can't drive.
Well, I may know how to talk, but I sure as shit can't drive. Oh, hi, Bubbles.
Always a classic.
Yo, Powerpuff Girls is still fucking excellent.
Oh yeah, the original, fuck yeah. I will always cherish that show.
Yep.
Yeah, can't say much about the reboot, though.
I haven't seen it, so...
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yep.
If you're ever interested, you can watch it, but yeah, don't expect much.
I've only seen, like, clips on, like, the Cartoon Network YouTube.
Yeah.
Did you see the... oh, yeah, we never talked about this. Did you see the crossover thing that was on OKKO?
No, that's the thing, though. This is what I'm talking about. Like, I'm so behind on cartoons. Like, I haven't even been able to watch much of OKKO either. It's like, I don't have time.
They did an episode where they did like a crossover Nexus, and it was Steven Universe.
Yeah, it was the thing with the gems, right? Yeah, okay.
Well, no, it just had Garnet. It was Garnet, Raven, Ben 10, and KO team up. And do you remember those old Cartoon Network commercials where it was like the big like CG city? And like all the characters were together, like they go there.
Wow.
And there's like all these fucking cameos of all these different characters from different Cartoon Network shows.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's super fun. Just like every like shot is filled with some kind of reference, and it's awesome.
No, that's really delightful. I actually recently started watching an animator who had been working on like Cartoon Network properties for a long time. I thought it was really interesting because they were sharing a lot of like what they did through like their Flash techniques. Like stuff from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, Teen Titans Go, some other old projects as well. Like I thought it was really fascinating because like you don't normally see people post about that stuff in terms of like their secret tips and tricks for how to shit in Flash. I actually didn't even know Foster's was done in Flash.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know, but looking at it now, I'm just like, I'm an idiot. Of course it was.
Yeah, it's very advanced, but yeah, it's definitely Flash.
Well, it's not. That's the thing, though. It wasn't actually advanced. They just built really good rigs.
Well, advanced in terms of I meant like the techniques that they use because they were all good at utilizing it.
Well, it's the crazy thing because like there's some certain add-ons that I only started using recently that they had actually been using some really good example like says called the art brush tool, where you can animate a line and then you can take a shape and bend it to it. So it's like the next best thing to have other than just having straight up deformers like Boom Boom has. Now, okay, I have one thing to be upset about right now. There was an update to Flash, or at least Animate, CC, whatever they're calling it now, and if the update had been what I thought it was, I would have switched over immediately to that version of Flash, because I thought they had put real deformers in the program.
You thought they put what?
Deformers. Do you know what a deformer is?
No.
Okay, so in Toon Boom, theirs is node-based, so it's a little bit of like 2D, 3D program mentality, but basically the node system allows you, or at least a deformer allows you to basically rig up a shape, and then you can bend it any way you want on the fly.
Oh, huh.
Yeah, so which is why you get a lot of like those really like dynamic like type of character animation where it's like you can clearly tell it's the same shape, but they're able to bend it in like really complex ways that Flash can't do by itself unless you just animate it manually. And I thought they had put a tool like that into Flash recently, but they made it mesh based, and I'm like, what is this? This isn't a deformer.
Huh.
It's a deformer, but it's I'm gonna show you the article later. It's like a mesh morph thing. It's like it applies to a shape, but you can only move it as a mesh, like instead of like an actual just like, oh, I can bend it by rigging it. Like here's a point, here's a point, here's a point. Sorry, chat people, I'm getting this like animation talk, but yeah. So I was really upset that it wasn't what I thought it was because I wanted deformers in Flash Rev because it would help with our puppet things. Like immensely, because it's like, yeah, I'll still do what I do normally, but if I had a deformer, I'd be able to animate twice as fast.
I still remember when what was that? Bones was.
Bones suck.
Yeah, which was, and I remember hearing like, oh, that's nice, and then like,
yeah.
even when I was doing, excuse me, when I was kind of finding the style for Tome, and like. That kind of style and everything was, gonna be prevalent to what I was doing. I couldn't even figure out how to use it.
I tried it, and it was just like, what is this? Like this is a useless tool unless you're doing like some really basic stuff with it. Like it's not a useful animation tool. It's garbage. And it's like. I guess I'm disappointed because it's constantly a thing with Adobe where it's just like they put a bunch of new updates in that are actually pretty useful, but in terms of like really relevant tools that people have been asking years for, they still won't do it. And it's like your competitor has this thing, and clearly if you can make a mesh-based deformer, you can clearly just make a regular deformer. So I don't understand why your competition has like a leg up on you already on this. Like, why would you not want to put something similar?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's a part of me that wishes that I like properly learned how to use Toon Boom because it's better. But
it's better. It's better in some ways, but the one thing that Flash does have is it's more user friendly. No matter what, because it's just like learning. Toon Boom has a huge learning curve. Especially just like the node-based system is just like that. That's going to take you like a good month or two to like wrap your head around. But like it can do more in certain things as well. But like Flash just has the more user-friendly user face. So it's still like it's not about the tool in this case, but also in this case having some of the tools that Toon Boom had would be really nice. But
yeah,
you can't have nice things.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I still just use Flash because it's just what I'm used to, and I mean, sometimes I feel like that's just like the fucking like excuse that people who still used Internet Explorer would give about things. So I guess I'm not proud of that necessarily, but it's it's also what allows me to fucking get shit done quickly.
No, and like I said, that's the thing. It's just like Flash is like there's amazing things you can make in Flash as prevalent to the stuff that we make. But it's just like, man, if I could just have like one or two tools from Toon Boom, a version of that in Flash, it would make my life so much easier.
Yeah.
It's just like they just won't do it.
Yeah, they were teaching Toon Boom like kind of right as I was leaving, as I was finishing college at the time. So
Well, yeah, I didn't even get a chance to experiment with that stuff because I wasn't even in animation. I was in a game design major. And I didn't realize until it was too late that I was like, oh, I don't want to do this shit. But c'est la vie.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah.
C'est la vie.
C'est la vie. Yeah, like I said, just Bones though. Bones are just I have tried, and it is so janky. I can't. I don't know. I don't know. Not a Wookiee.
this guy?
I don't actually know if panning stocking was done in Flash, Red.
I don't know about that. I think it has like that paper cutout style, but I don't believe it was actually done in Flash.
No, because that's by is that by was that by Trigger or was that a different studio? No, it was by Gynax?
Actually, it might have been Trigger.
I'm not sure. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I would definitely I don't think that was animated in Flash.
Oh no, yeah, it was Gynax, yeah.
Yeah.
But it had like those little paper cutout things. Ku, I think that actually, South Park might actually be. That might be After Effects.
Yeah, it probably make more sense than doing it in Flash, at least for what they do.
Yeah.
Because they have the advantage of like their reusable assets are like super easy to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the style of the show. But yeah, no, like I said, it's like I really do like I have the biggest love-hate relationship with Flash, as many people do.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, it's just like it's the program I use, and as long as you know what you're doing, you can make most programs work for yourself. Because it's not about just the tool; it's about the person as well.
No.
Because like I said, there's other projects other than just the stuff we make that I've seen people do amazing shit in Flash. Like I said, Wakfu is done in Flash, but they have a crap ton of add-ons, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But the fact that the background artists I think I was talking about last time, like they are so efficient about how they use their points in making their backgrounds that they cheat a lot of stuff to make these incredibly beautiful backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
But they probably aren't as heavy as they would be because of their point usage. So they save a lot of like actual rendering, or not rendering time, but just like processing power for like, because Flash is a chunky program when you open it, and that's also like there's many things that'll make Flash crash. It's stuff that you just don't even understand. You're like, why?
Yeah.
But if it's open for too long, like with any Adobe program, Photoshop has this problem too. If you leave it open for too long, it'll start chugging because it's a big memory hog. But yeah.
Flash CS6 is what I've been using for a long time, and it's been the least crashy version that I've ever worked with.
Yeah,
and I stuck with CS3 for a long time because it was less crashy than ones that came after it. And I've never tried Animate. I don't know, but I've just been sticking with this one because it's been the most consistently reliable of any version that I've used in all of my fucking 14, 15 years of using Flash now. So
yeah. Yeah, well, and then like the absolute worst versions of Flash are 5 and 5.5.
Mm-hmm.
Those ones are they're so bad. Like they're horrible memory hogs. They have really glitchy, like it causes a lot of problems, especially when you're trying to transfer stuff from a different version of Flash as well.
yeah.
Yeah, I would never recommend those two because they suck.
How's it looking? How's it looking on your end?
It's looking good. Like I said, this is a lot of organization shit. It's like I have to make sure all this stuff is doing the right thing. So it's going to take me just a little bit. I apologize.
That's fine.
Yeah, but now you know what it looks like.
Yeah.
Okay. I am gonna have to go in about 15 minutes because I got gym. But
I'm gonna be done. I'm gonna be done before that and doing just a couple more. So
no problem. Let's see. I'm wanting to get more to learning more After Effects though, because I think it would help with like compositing and shit. It's like it's just a good skill to have.
yeah, one of the first guys that I worked a freelance job for, Robert Core, There was a colorist on his one of his films that he made. He was telling me like way early on when I first met him, like, oh, dude, learn After Effects because like there's so many jobs in studios in New York that you can get that way. And I tried to learn After Effects in school. Unfortunately, the teacher who taught it was a nice guy, but he had this really, really boring way of talking like this. So it was really, and when you're, a teenager with fucking, I need to nap a lot syndrome, it's hard to fucking stay awake.
Right.
So I regret to say that in his class, I didn't retain a lot of information.
Yeah,
which was unfortunate. I did a couple little minor things in After Effects, but nothing that impressive. Just because I didn't know what I was doing. It was.
It's hard when you don't have like a level of engagement where you're just like, I can pay attention and I'm also learning. It's like.
Yeah, well, I mean, I could have made a better effort to just, learn stuff on my own too for my own benefit, but I just didn't put in the time.
Yeah, and it's hard. It really is, especially like After Effects is no joke. Also, in terms of the shit it can do. So.
Yeah. Alright, let's. Jesus. Alright, I'm gonna do one more.
Okay. I just love it when you get a battle theme and you love it right off the bat, and it's like, oh my god, so good.
Yep.
It's like, how are you this good at composing?
Alright, cool sunglasses girl.
Do you mean me?
Yes. You wear sunglasses?
Once in a while, so not really.
Excuse me.
No.
Okay.
Just get it in my head.
We've got some new music tracks people have been working on.
Yeah.
Kadget has been working on the Troublemakers theme, which has been a long and arduous task, but that one's almost finished.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, and then Yoav, Living Tombstone, has been working on the battle theme for Telluria City.
That's cool.
Which is his own kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we have some other musicians working on the project that I will probably be announcing next year. They're early on. They've only done a couple tracks each so far, but they're doing good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Sweet.
Yeah.
No, I love all the music that I've at least heard before.
Yeah, it's been nice because I've been able to get a unique composer for each of the 4 regions in the game.
Sweet.
So they all have like kind of their own, creative voice, as it were.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, which is nice.
Oh, that's super nice.
That was a goal I wanted to meet with. In terms of the team, is have a different composer for each region. And
yeah, absolutely.
I'll differentiate that. So yeah.
Fuck yeah. That's good shit.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Tis the goodest. Okay. That. I don't. Light. Another good battle theme. So it's kind of underrated, but like I actually really I like all the music in this game, but I actually kind of really like the battle in Okami. It's just kind of like yeah, it's just like yeah, it's like it becomes kind of background noise at a certain point, but I still like it because it just feels right.
Yeah.
Because the whole game like really flows really smoothly, especially like as much as I want if we ever got another game in that series, and I've talked about this also. I'd probably want a little more involved combat because it was a little too easy, but in regards to the actual like going in and out of battle, like it always just felt so natural hearing that theme play. I really love it. Shadow of the Colossus, definitely. Holy shit. That's really hard to pick. Well, that was not. Open the Way is probably my favorite.
I like whichever one is. I forget what it's called, but
yeah, I don't know the name of that one.
It's the one that it plays with the bird boss.
Yeah. Oh, is that the Dinnet one?
If Amy were here, she would know.
Well, and then the frickin' when you actually get, that was the other thing I loved about the original Shadow of the Colossus is just, and they did it in the remake too, but it's like the fact that the music changes once you get on the actual Colossus. That's always like the hypest shit in the world. The bird one was like probably the best theme in the entire game, like 100%.
Another good battle theme. The Chrono Trigger one is really good. Big fan of that one. And I've never played the series before, but Kadjit showed me the battle theme to one of the Etrian Odyssey games. It's another JRPG series.
I never played that either.
It's the one from... Hold on, I'll look it up again.
I still need to get you onto Ghost Trick music, because that shit's great.
It's... Okay, it's Etrian Odyssey 4. It's Battlefield Storm, I think is the name of the track. It's like... It's all strings and rock and all the favorite things that I like combined together.
Hell yeah. Okay, I'm an idiot. How could I forget? One of the hypest tracks is You Will Know Our Names from Xenoblade Chronicles.
Oh, that's a good one, yeah.
Yeah, holy shit. You want to talk about a track that gets you hype? Oh my god. Like, that is the best song in the entire game, especially once the fucking guitar's kicking on the main part. Oh my god. And then, well, in combination of when you're actually doing well in a battle, that just makes it better.
Yeah. You know what? I'll do one more because I believe this last one... Hold on. Actually, let me double check real quick. Hold on. Where the fuck? Just want to make sure this is his character. Is it? Fuck. I'm pretty sure this is his. I can't tell 100% for certain from the contract, but I think this is Kellen Goff's character. Voice of Freddy from Five Nights at Freddy.
Oh, that's cool. Man, that's a series I haven't thought about in a while.
Yeah. He's actually been a big Tome fan, like, for a long time.
Very cool.
Kellen Goff, yeah.
Nice. Man, playing the remake was just magical. I'm so happy.
I still haven't played it yet, but I will eventually.
So good. I'm just like it was delightful going through and seeing the game as I saw it when I was a kid. It's like seeing realizing all the stuff I imagined this looked like, now it looks like.
Yeah.
Oh man, I could just stare at that game. I could ride around for hours. No, I don't want to autosave. Fuck you. Now, if I remember correctly, on this next level after I'm done doing all this shit to this file, for the beach one, did you say that was the one of the last ones that had like a bunch of buildings, or is there more?
Well, it's the last of the hub towns.
Hub towns, that's what you said, not buildings.
Yeah, and then we'll have the last of all the criteria that you've been doing before. But there are some other levels that have building things like that. I'm testing somebody to see if they can join the gang as a new crew member.
Right.
And see if they can handle doing some of that stuff, and we'll see if they can match your and Crescent's level of detail.
Yeah, that's why I'm like trying to make sure the buildings aren't too crazy, just to, if we need other people.
Yeah. Well, any like buildings like that may or may not be in any other future levels, like they're situational, so it's not going to be like the other shit.
Sure. I just, like I said, I don't want to make things too complicated to
No, you're fine.
make
Don't worry about
make it impossible for anyone else to
do your thing as per the norm. All right, I think.
Okay, yeah, that works. Right. Also, really quick, I think I already left it this way, but with the actual projector screen or the screen thing in the front, you want that left blank, right?
Yes, please.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I will say too, I don't know if it's for multiple levels or if it's just for the Toy Story level, but in the recent Kingdom Hearts 3 stuff, there's this one battle theme. I've mainly heard it in the Kingdom Hearts stuff, but it's like ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I like that one a lot, but Yoko Shimomura is fucking, a genius. So.
It's Yoko Shimomura.
Yeah.
Like, fucking always killing it with the KH tracks. Like, if there's one thing, it's just like, whether you love or hate Kingdom Hearts, that music is...
Another shout out. Go check out my top 10 favorite music tracks from Kingdom Hearts curve blog that I did as well.
Fuck yeah.
Alrighty. So this one I'm gonna end here.
Yeah, I gotta get going.
But thanks everybody for joining. Hope you had fun. I will be back probably a little earlier in the day tomorrow because I don't have any gigs to work, so I'll get on that. Still continuing to try to get at least 25 done every day. So we got 26 done this time around. And,
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and that brings us to...
That's so good.
We're up to 131 completed. So,
Whew.
Cool. All right, everybody. I will catch you all in the next one. Thanks for tuning in. You can follow Jordan on @Helios, and she's Helios on most other things, so you can find her on.
Mm-hmm.
And go check out the new Mystery Skulls music video.
You don't have to plug that again.
Yeah, whatever. And,
Thank you, though. I appreciate it.
Yeah, sure. And we'll catch you in the next one. So have a good one, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.